Hey guys, welcome back to Tamiya Legends, and once again thank you for stopping by. So in today's video we're going to be having a look at my Tamiya TRF414M2, released in 2002. Now initially this has a very special place in the Tamiya timeline for one particular reason. Have you any ideas what that is? I'll give you the answer at the end of this video. But this car had something on it which was the first time they ever used it, and then since then they carried on using it, and it's kind of world renowned now for if you I don't want to give too much away, but anyway, if you know what it is, stick it in the comments. If not, I'll tell you at the end of this video. So this car came to me from my very good friend Keith, better known as RC Icons. We speak a lot, and now and again we'll do each other videos, not on YouTube, just, you know, talking about different projects and things like that. Anyway, he did me like a little tour of his collection way back, and I spotted this 414, and I was really cheeky, and I says, what's your plans for that? And he basically said, if you want it, it's yours. So I actually wanted it for a different reason, and I'll go into that at the end of this video too. But when this car came to me, it had alloy arms underneath. It had front and back alloy arms and front and back alloy hubs in purple. I didn't know that until I received it. I knew the arms, I didn't know the hubs were alloy. And when I got it, I thought, instead of doing what the project is for, I thought I'll try restore it first of all back to its original. So a massive, humongous thank you to Anthony at TTP, or formerly known as Tony's Tamiya Parts. Anthony's a massive TRF on-road collector, which I knew. So he was my first port of call, and I showed him what I'd got, and he said those alloy bits are really rare. They're quite sought after. Which I kind of knew, but I said to him, look, have you got the correct new bits, and I'll just do you a straight swap, because I wasn't bothered about trying to make something on it. I just wanted the original parts, and he said, yeah, he had them all brand new. So yeah, I've done a little video montage, or whatever you call it, of me just sort of putting it together. It's in 2 stages, so have a quick look at this one. And then I got to that final stage and I realised I didn't have the rear hubs, so I messaged him and he went, oh, I'm really sorry, I forgot, I'll get them in the post to you. So I had to wait a couple of weeks, and then the rear hubs arrived, so then I carried on. And then I was left with this, and I'm over the moon to have it, because it's just such a cool car, and obviously TRF car. So when I had it, I had these wheels which were left over from my TRF415 MSXX. Wasn't bothered about putting slick tyres on it. This was just kind of a display item, which I've had in the cabinet ever since, and I absolutely adore it. So what I'd actually had in mind for this initially was on one of the TRF groups on Facebook, and forgive me, I can't remember if it's the off-road one or the on-road one, probably the off-road one. Someone many years ago had done a project using a TRF 414 and converted it to a buggy. I'll put this picture up now. I believe that's an aftermarket RC10 body and possibly wing. And then obviously we've done kind of a really nice paint job on it. But underneath that is a TRF 414. So obviously the work involved is buggy arms, different shock towers, different shocks. And you might be thinking, that's kind of pointless, but I just think it's kind of cool. And that's what was kind of floating my boat about when I saw Keith had this. I thought, I'd like to do that. Before Keith sent me this, he dug some, I believe there were DB01 arms out to sort of test, and it looks like the DB01 would fit the arms. Don't know about hubs and carriers and all that stuff yet. And shock towers you'd have to have made. Shocks readily available. Now there is a downside to this, and I can get that reproduction body and wing as well to make it look very similar to that picture. But the downside is, obviously these are touring cars, they're not designed for buggy wheels, you know. So I believe like the diffs, the running gear's not really up to it if you were going to run it hard. But it wasn't so much about that for me, it was just about doing the conversion, getting that body and wing, get the buggy wheels, the shocks, all that stuff, and just having it on a display. I kind of think it's cool. Leave in the comments what you think. There's another gentleman, and I forgot his name, who's got a 414M, and he's, I believe, is in the process of doing that right now. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he uses and how it looks when it's finished. But I've got to be honest, since obviously I got it and then I went through a process of restoring it, I'm like, I really like it as it is. So I've just decided to put it on in the display cabinet as it is for now, and it's a project I will 100% revisit at some point, because I think it would be cool. I can always convert it back, although I think the arms can hit the chassis, because obviously touring cars are so low, so there might be a little bit of dremeling needed on the lower deck chassis to give the arms more movement. So if you do that, then you're really sort of taking the ability away to bring it back to original spec. So I don't know. If anyone's watching this and they've done it, or have got any information on it, please stick it in the comments, because I'd love to hear the story about what you've done. And it may well float my boat and get me to do it, or it may well put me off and I'll just leave it in standard spec. Anyway, the answer to the question at the beginning of the video was, this was the first car Tamiya used a particular thing on, and the answer to that is the blue alloy. They'd never used blue before. The 414 had silver. So this, as far as I'm aware, and I'm 99.9% confident, this is the first Tamiya car ever to sport the blue alloy. And as I alluded to earlier, now Tamiya's renowned for the blue alloy, whether it be their high-end TRF cars or indeed the hop-ups. So that makes this car in the collection a little bit, even a little bit more special, if that makes sense, just to have the very first one. I kind of think it's cool. It's nerdy, but it's cool. So yeah, kind of a cool thing. So it's only a short video, this one. I just wanted to sort of document it on the channel, and so you guys can see it, and more importantly, get your feedback on that future project. That'd be much appreciated. So my friends, as always, thank you so much for watching. It's always massively appreciated. If you are new to this channel, if you could consider liking and subscribing, turn on the notifications and leave us a comment, say hello. That'd be absolutely awesome. Also in the comments, what do you think to this background and lighting? Just tried this one for the first time. Again, I don't have the luxury of seeing it on big screen until it's made, so on the little screen it looks kind of cool, but yeah, let me know what you think. Whew, I'll shut up. And as always, my friends, happy arseing.